Okay. You might be like, Donica, this is looking a little different than the usual setup. We're doing what we need to do. So I wanted to talk today about plans for book 2. And I don't have the time or mental bandwidth to set up my usual setup. But the whole reason I got that setup was because I could make longer videos than I can with this setup. This setup is my old phone. And sometimes I can get, 15 minutes out of it. Sometimes I can get 3. So we're just gonna... we're just going to go for it and see what we could do. But I don't have the time or mental bandwidth. There's like 800 things all happening at the same time. At least that's what it feels like. So that's where, anyway. So plans for book 2. Here's where we are. An obscured glass. Finally remembered my title. I went to say it on Instagram the other day and my brain went totally blank. I was like, that's fine. I don't know what my book is called. It's fine. So one of the reasons I struggle a little bit and I hesitate a little bit when I say an obscured glass is because it was not always called an obscured glass. The original title, fun fact, was A Vision Lost. And I figured out some things about the plot, and I figured out some things about other titles, and I figured out some things about how I'm structuring and formatting everything, and I was like, I love A Vision Lost, but it doesn't actually work for what I want to do, and the clues I want to lay out, and the format I want to do. So anyway, so I had to change, which, thank you, big time thank you to my beta readers, because they actually helped me pick the title of book 2. Anyway, so an obscured glass. See, I like an obscured glass. I gave it to my editor November 1st, and she sent me it back January 1st. Like literally, it was 12:01 and I had an email from her, and I was like, girl, you were on top of it. Like I was expecting it at some point today, but like the second it was 12:01, it is, or the second it was 12 o'clock. Second it was January 1st, she had it to me, which is awesome. So highly recommend. But we're in editing mode. I have got the first 2 chapters of her notes, which are admittedly most of them. There's occasionally some like happy glad stuff, or like a rewrite of a sentence, or like I use a word 2 times in a sentence, so she makes a suggestion to change one of them to, whatever. It's a lot of commas, a lot of semicolons and colons and all the super fun grammar things that people love. I actually do love a lot of that. It's one of the reasons I got a degree in English, because I really like that stuff. But anyway, so the goal is I have my good goal and my better goal. So my good goal is getting about a chapter a day, weekday published or edited at a time. So Monday I was able to do that. I got chapter 3 done. Tuesday, and today's Wednesday, I've started chapter 4. It's been, as Gwen Stefani once put it, BANANAS. It's been bananas. So I'm hoping either pull a late night tonight, because I haven't been sleeping well anyway. I might as well just make use of the time. Or we're not going anywhere or doing anything tomorrow. So hopefully I'll be able to finish up chapter 4 and at least get started on chapter 5 and kind of, we'll see what happens. But if I am successful in that, I should finish editing by like end of middle to the end of February. That's my good goal. My better goal is that I'm able to do 2 a day and get it done by the end of January. Currently, I'm leaning that we're probably going to go with the good goal. Either way, it'll be fine. So whenever it is that I get that done, the next thing on the list is I need to start writing the blurb. And I say start writing because blurbs take time. I think I had written like 80 blurbs by the time I finally got to what is on the back of A Change of Tide, which if there's time in editing and I remember, I'll put it right here. If it's not there, it's because I forgot I said I would put it right there when I was posting this video. Fingers crossed. If it is there, then high five. I did it. So it took me a hot minute to get it set up like that. I went through many renditions, and they weren't all bad, but one of the things that I have learned in my publishing of one book so far is that when it comes to the blurb, the more times you write it, the more you get it. I learned this also with coming up with my pitch. Like when people ask me the dreaded question at author signings, when they walk up to the table, they go, "So what's your book about?" And I'm like, the more I had to answer that question, the better I got at answering the question. And now I'm like, it's about a girl named Emma. She has 15 days until she dies. And I can just like rattle it off. And I've learned where to put the inflections and where to put the pauses and all that stuff, because I've answered that question like at least 50 times at this point. More than that, but at least, because in my author signings, I have sold and combined all 3 of them that I've done. The 3? Yeah, I've done 3. All 3 that I've done thus far, I have sold in combined 50 books, which I feel like is not too shabby. Anyway, so I need to get the blurb done. Once the I'm done with the editing, what I'll do is I'll go in and I will get the book formatted. That part semi takes the longest, only because I can't format the way other people can format, where they can like, so I took a class, which I highly recommend if you've never formatted a book and you want to know how to do it and what to do. Mandy Lynn. I would say I would include a link, but YouTube won't let me do links yet because I'm not verified. So I will try to remember to put a link in the comments. If not, you can literally just get onto YouTube and Google Mandy Lynn formatting or book formatting or something like that. Anyway, she's got a course. It's like $65. Super useful. Highly recommend. You buy it the one time and then you have access to it for life. So I highly recommend it. She really breaks it down. It was one of those things where I was like, okay, it can't be that hard. So I got I got into it's Adobe InDesign, and I was like, I don't know what any of this means. So I went and I purchased her course, and she walks you through, okay, if you're, you need to do this, you need to do this, this is how you change this is what this means, and like makes it super easy, super easy to understand. So I went in, did that. All right. So the way that she does hers is she's like, so you just copy and paste your book into here, and then you can go through and create your chapter headings and all this stuff. My book doesn't work quite like that because I have so many different fonts. This is one of the reasons I decided to format myself instead of hiring somebody else, because I knew it was gonna take a minute, because I have so many different fonts. Because I have my 3 girls, Nikki, Nellie, Emma, all have their own handwriting, their own font for their journal entries. Plus, I've got a couple of extras thrown in there for other characters, and then we have text messages and emails and like all the kind of fun. It's supposed to feel kind of like somebody like pulled together all of these resources and you're actually looking at the original copies. That's kind of the goal of how it should feel when you're reading it. Which also means that it takes a hot minute to get all of that sorted. So I'm going to do that. That needs to happen. And then I need to do the cover. I need to do the proof and then go through and reread the book one more time, making sure that I see if I can find any like weird misspellings or places where like spacing is weird, and just like look at all that stuff. And once I get that done, then the book will be done. Assign a ISBN to it. I know it sounds like a long shopping list. I actually have not upstairs with me. I should have brought it and I didn't think about it because this is kind of impromptu, because I was like, oh, I've got a minute while my pasta water is heating up. So we're just going to do this really quick. Because it's Wednesday and this video is supposed to be uploaded already and ready to go for Friday. That's what the week would look like. So I have like a whole to-do list of all the things that need to happen in order for an obscured glass to eventually be in your hands and to eventually be available and published to the world. I also need to figure out when I want to do the cover reveal. And so that's kind of where we're at. So currently at this exact moment, there are two things that are kind of buzzing around in my brain. I need to be doing the edits, getting all of Brianna's edits put into go through them and put what's necessary into the master copy, and then be kind of starting to write the blurb. Those are the two main things that need to happen right now. I already have the cover designed. It's just a matter of getting all of the dimensions right, but I can't do that until I have it formatted because I need to know how many pages it's going to be, so Amazon can do the like equation or whatever, so it can tell me what everything's how big the spine's gonna be and how big this is gonna be and all of that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So 13-ish almost minutes later, hopefully you know more about where book 2 currently is and where book 2 is currently going. The goal is May. May is the goal for when an obscured glass is coming out. If you would like to read the tentative chapter 1, I wrote it I didn't write it last year, but I sort of semi-published it last year. You can sign up for the newsletter, and I will also try to remember to leave a link for that in the comments because I haven't figured out how to get YouTube to verify me so I can actually put links in the description. We'll get there someday. My pasta water is ready. So thanks for watching, subscribe, etc., whatever. See ya.